don't know, but yeah, it's still a very high percentage of risk of
45%
rain.
is really high indeed. And I'm looking forward to this race because we have this beautiful piece of track here. I'm gonna go into the follow all camera here to give you guys an overview, but you can see very like in a sunset mood, I think it is. So very cool looking map, yeah, very unique again, but I think a bit faster is this map. Yeah, we have a lot of long passages, not too many slides, and I think that this one will be great, as Amaterasu is doing a 24-hour stream at the moment and just goes into the other direction. I think he's still very intimidated because it's the 23rd hour in, and you can see him just driving the other way if you go into the follow all camera.
Yeah, I think it's just like the exit of the stands were so strange. Like there is 4 angers, and some players went the other way around. Looks like he has respawned, so he figured out that it was the wrong way. But yeah, it looks again such a beautiful map that we have like post flooding of the land with all that water all around. So if it is raining, there is no issue of flooding anymore because it's just a UI overlay. But yeah, if for the first race we have rain, for those that don't know, could you explain how the car might behave?
Okay, so rain is of course in real life. Your braking is really obscured and your steering as well. So rain, I'm not sure if you guys have played the coast environment, but you can just slide out. So if you go too fast in a corner and you take it way too fast, you will slide out, like on coast or like in a United environment. So that's how it works, and you also don't want to go that fast. And if you go in a drift, your car will just be so slippery, so a little bit like no grip, but also not. It's hard to explain that. You just have to play it yourself. But if you know how the Coast car behaves in Trackmania United, you should be good to go. Have you played Coast actually, or not?
Yes, I did. Used to play a lot of Trackmania United Forever with my dad back in the day. He was a good coast driver. I didn't really like the environment, but it was such a great environment for stunts game mode.
True.
Because
Backwards.
the car car backwards would fly all the way, really in every direction. So yeah, I used to play coast a tiny bit. I didn't really like the behavior of the car, but I was still really young. So I don't know if I were to play coast today, how I might play the game mode. I think I would be able to understand more the behavior of the car.
Yeah, and also the racing lines, you know. The older you get, the better you understand the racing lines. But for me, I understood Coast quite well back then. I had good times on those tracks, usually like Daddy Mania times, like top 15 or top 10. But way before that, I just hated Coast as well. But it was getting one of my best environments, even though I didn't like it the most. My favorite environments were Bay and Islands, exactly. And also Rally was very cool. And Coast.
Bay was with the little like SUV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that SUV.
Okay.
Yes, no.
Very, like, I mean, in general, like, all environments. Also desert, like, there are so many good environments in Trackmania United.
I think one of my favorite environment was Rally. With the, like, kind of British countryside kind of vibe that you had with the car. And yeah, I think Rally was really one of my favorite, but yet it was really difficult because this car that you would tend to lose the rear so easily on Rally. Yeah. It was so strange.
Exactly, and that's why a pad or a joystick or maybe even a wheel was good. But there is so
we were playing on keyboard back in the day with my dad.
Oh damn!
We were a hardcore player.
Then Rally is really hard to play with keyboard, but it's doable with a lot of tapping. But then Desert might have been the best environment for you. But also, like the more I talk about that,
Snow as well. You had so much grip with the car on snow.
Yeah, but you didn't want to drift. But hey, let's focus here on the race. I mean, we're getting a little bit distracted, but it's I really agree with that. I mean, Trackmania United, one of the best games out there, and the environments were great. My least favorite back then was Stadium, actually, and now Stadium is great, as we see Wolfson and Patrose taking home the first and second place. I'm currently following Shorty, who didn't sleep that well, and you can really see that. So it's today the day of the sleepless people. But let us actually check how many players are on the server today. We have 40 players playing. That is very nice. So 80% are there. Maybe some more will join.
Yes, it's really, I don't know if player tends to look out the weather forecast for the races, but I'm looking it up every race. I fear that there is some races that we will not get a lot of people, just because the percentage of the risk of rain percentage is so high, and yeah, people don't really like rain that much, at least on Trackmania Formula League.
Exactly, they don't like it that much, that is true. As I will just follow Josh here for a round, because he's doing really well. I haven't really focused on this map thus far, so let me actually check that one out. He gets a 58.29, and with that goes up into that third position. We have a length of roughly 1 minute, and with that 45 laps will be played. But of course, right now there's the free practice ongoing. Free practice means that players are currently just warming up, just discovering the track, and then afterwards we'll have the qualification and the actual race.
I'm really like, with that high percentage, what would be the optimum time for the rain to start to come? Do you want to, as a driver, do you want to have like a bit of a practice on the map, just driving? Because like I feel like if they, like new players that don't really know how the car will behave, like discovering rain for the first time during qualifying or even the race would be a disaster for a lot of people.
Josh just went so fast. What I think is that we will have a small rain shower just in this race. That is my forecast, like for 2 or 3 laps, or maybe just not that long. But I think that this will not be that long, as we can already see, like, I don't know, are those clouds from the game? Or are those, those just clouds
I really
from the game?
think they are, yeah.
But yeah, it's looking cloudy though, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure if this is game-wise or if this is from the actual Formula League, you know? Because you can see the clouds floating up and just going away. I don't know, but I think it's just the visual effect. So also we have seen the pit entry here. Very technical map though. So a lot of tires have been used and a lot of turns where you can slide out. A player that is really good when it comes to rain would definitely be Marius89, who has played a competition before. And Marius has gotten 2nd place in that and won €100. So already a good day for the German driver, the Safemeister, yeah? Very nice. So he could definitely win a rain race. But I think that the rain, if rain even comes, I mean, there's a 45% chance, will only last for like some minutes. Yeah.
So I just took the time to measure how much, how long do you take to, from the speed limiter, and even way before, from the time you enter the pit lane to the pit box, it is a 40 seconds, so quite a long route to go all the way to the pit box. So I don't know, last time it was still quite a long route, but we've seen on a track where you needed to prioritize speed on the track and momentum and be the fastest man on the track as well. Having a long pit stop time wasn't really the issue, so really wondering what kind of strategy we are going to have today. Will it be two different strategy, or only one, and the best driver will win?
I hope that we have different strategies again.
Yeah,
as we
makes so interesting.
Yeah, it makes it really interesting. And last week, I mean, Massa just played outstandingly well. I can just recommend you to all watch that one. That was a really good race. And yeah, I just hope that we can see something like that again, as Massa right now for Team Bullish is on P15. So not really feeling the warm-up here, the free practice, but of course Massa is a player who's really fast.
Right, come in.
Oh. Look at that. You
Yeah.
feared that, right? So I think Rain will come now, by the looks of it.
The engineer talking to Wosile, in my case, just signalize rain soon, so watch out. I think it is just the best time for the rain to start coming on the track. You had 10 minutes in the dry, 10 minutes of rain in the in free practice. So it is just the good time for the rain to start coming in. I don't know if we are going to see rain in qualifying. I would definitely mix things up, because like you would get people being surprised on certain strategy, and it is definitely going cloudy, way too cloudy outside. Like now the sky is gray, basically gray.
Yeah, and very foggy it is, right?
It is
very foggy, as you can see. So the rain will start, but I think that we're not gonna see a full rain race. But hey, that is really cool. Also really cool effect here of the rain. And we have Rosile right now leading the race, but of course this will all change. We cannot really tell how good the practice is now in the rain race, so we can just guess out of the blue. But I think Marius is coping that one really nicely. And of course a rainy race is not that really popular. But it is starting to rain now. Yeah, slippery track. So we have actually a rainy qualifying, a great free practice, I mean. And let's see how Wosal is doing it here. He was struggling a lot with the rain and just drifting here, but it's actually not affecting him that much thus far.
No, it doesn't look like, it doesn't look like he's being affected too much. Oh, never mind. Just started on the big drift. Maybe he needed like to pass a checkpoint. Oh my god. Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be so great to see people driving in the rain. But yeah, while we have people learning the new trajectory in the rain, how about we go back on the overall standings in the season? Because last race made change all the order, because Patros had a bad race, technical issues on technical issues, didn't qualify, didn't finish the race because he disconnected. He's down to 4th. He was leading the championship and now he's down to 4th. So now leading the championship is Wosile, followed by Massa, Dexter, Patros is in 4th, Scrappy in 5th, Spam in 6th, Danik B, you were talking about him, about like maybe a new winner, is in 7th, Fegley on 8th, Mopel, same team as Patros, probably the highest place that we've seen Mopel in any season, on 9th, and DR6 on 10th.
Okay, and also Amaterasu on 11th position. I'm actually, I think, you know, my pick for today to win this race is actually Danik B. Because Danik B is good on coast, he's a good versatile player, and he's able to adapt to those things. And I think that Danik B will have a good chance today. That's my opinion about it. I mean, of course, very, very bold decision here, very bold call. But I think either Marius or Danik B will take it, but my tendency goes to Danik B.
So, like, Wosile, I don't think he had, like, I think he had a perfect kind of lap. His last lap was a 1 minute 13th, and his best was a 56 second.
Wow.
So we are running, like, really, definitely a lot slower around the track. But it's also, like, still learning around the trajectory, when the car will slide out or not. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting race indeed. But maybe the rain will not start as Danik B just makes that mistake. You don't want to jump into a slide here. That is just deadly. It is absolutely deadly, because then you cannot control the car. So you want to kind of brake before or release in the turn or before, but don't brake in the turn, because then you will just completely slide out. This is
It's
what
unfortunate to not be able to like see what kind of time driver are putting right now, because we just know that they are not improving on their best time. But yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was talking about that as
don't-
well.
Who won the first race of Rain last time? Season 2.
Yeah,
all the
wait.
ones.
Was it Joey? No.
I think
Scrappy.
it was Petros.
No, Patrosa was not that good at that, I think. I think it was someone new. But I certainly don't know.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do my research.
Wasn't it that outsliding from Joey? That infamous moment at Scrappy one?
No, not this one. Like, because it was a like on race 7 or 8. I don't know. It was like race 3, if I recall correctly, in season 2.
Ah, yeah. I remember the track, but I don't know who won. Also, braking is now super hard. Oh man, Massa almost getting a speed penalty. Also, Fagley, of course, with a good performance, is doing the warm-up quite nicely, but of course the speeding pit lane will come in. But free practice will end in a second here. And I'm just gonna follow Marius for this one. Anemonenfish. Not sure what that team is about. But that just means clownfish. So they're team clownfish by the looks of it. Interesting to see that. But I think also, I also had that in mind, but I think we had one rain race before that, Max.
Yeah. We only had 2 rain race, with one being a partial race with rain, and one being full wet.
Exactly, but rain is of course a very, very hard circumstance to drive on. But it is Marius who's actually coping that rain quite nicely here. Getting a lot of speed, so Marius the Rainmeister, yeah, would be a very safe bet to put him into the lead, because he can adapt to those things rather well. And you can just see it, he's just speeding around, not drifting away. So Marius has really understood that, also approaching very far to the right, not getting airtime, but now making that small mistake. But due to the penalty, it is not really, or the penalty change is not giving him so much of a slowdown. So actually might be a wall bang being the valid opportunity here to make that, but you don't want to drift when it's rain. Maybe this corner here, but this might be it then. So Marius, really good performance. I cannot see his time right now. I cannot see his checkpoint, but this looks to be rather fast. And we have 2 minutes of a free practice left, and of course no one is really improving their times because it is just rainy.
So, finally have the results of the first race where we had the rain, and it was actually Patrosa with the win. Followed by Barbos, Wosile, and Matuz. Shorty was P5.
Okay, then you were actually right. Okay. Then you were actually completely right.
And then we had on race 7, Scrappy winning by Joey sliding on the very last corner.
That's the win, buddy.
Yeah, that's the win, buddy, and slide out. My god. Worst jinx ever on my end.
Yeah, but also such a great moment. Such a good moment. Oh man. Then Scrappy just overtaking him just 2 blocks in front of the finish line. Wow. So yeah, Marius doing good. But maybe Joey can do it this time, because Joey is also able to clear that one quite nicely. But of course, we don't know how good a player is. It could be also someone that we don't have on our radar taking it here. Yeah, as it's just a free practice. But we have 42 players, and I hope that Lars was able to fix his issue and is able to drive now. But it seems to be like that. He just restarted the game, and Lars right now struggling a bit with that. And yeah, 30 seconds free practice, but the question is, will the qualifying be rainy as well? Will it be a full rain race, or will it be partial?
Yeah,
we will
probably. It would be great to have qualifying in the rain, and on the 45 laps that we're going to have like maybe 20, 15 to 20 laps in the rain, like at the very start, and then classic dry race after it.
I think so as well. This could be cool. But of course, also for the ending, you don't want to slide. You want to get a no slide into the box, because else you will not slow down. So I think we will have a lot of penalties here. Because you're not slowing down, because your car is just slipping away. So good luck to the players. We will start with the free, or we ended the
As
free
a
practice.
Speed Self said, good luck, have grip.
Speed Self.
That's a great quote.
So we will start now with the qualifying. Oh, sorry for that, as we have the top 13 getting the first chunk of points here. So the first place will go home with 20 points, then 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, and then down in 1 intervals to P13. So still some good amount of points that players can obtain here. And yeah, good luck, and I'm very keen to see that. My money is on Marius to win this one, and then there is Joey on second, Danik B on third. That is my guess.
I have no clue on who can win or who was good on coast or whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. So do we have rain or not? Now.
I think in warm-up you don't have the rain. Like in terms of whether or not the scripts can load in warm-up. So sometimes it's just can be detrimental to drive the warm-up. It is still a 30-second warm-up, but still, like, you would go back to your old habits so quickly.
But yeah, let's see. Do we have rain or not? But I think you're right with that the script loads. And yes, we have rain. We have indeed rain. So, oh man, this will be an interesting one. This will be very interesting, as Wingo Bear is also playing this race. So I'm gonna follow him in this first round. And good luck to the players. So how the qualifying works, we have 2 laps, so 1 flying lap is being played and the fastest lap counts, and then you get the points to that respectively. Also Muda here doing a great job. Right now is leading. Where is he? I want to find him and maybe spectate. What place is he on? Muda on P number, on the second page. He's right now on first, just behind Marius. And yeah, there we go. Marius the Rainmeister is doing a great job and holding strong. Also Shorty here, not too far behind. So let's go with Shorty, because there's Joey, Josh, Figure and Marius ahead of him. So Shorty doing a great job and holding strong.
As they will start their qualifying lap, the most important lap. A 1.8 is still a good lap. It's still a good lap. I think. Like, could be like the limits, like the thing that we have to beat. But for now, that's Joey with a double purple sector on the first and second.
Let's go with Joey here, right? Let's see what he can do. As he is a bit behind, but Berserker is coming also close. A great fight between them here, as Berserker didn't have the best first lap by the looks of it. But we only have a couple of more turns to go. Mario's still leading, but he didn't really get a lead over that one, so he might only slightly improve here. Berserker is getting that overtake, and I think Berserker might actually snipe that first place if he gets a good ending here, right? I think that's really good. And it is Mario setting the fastest lap. Berserker overtaking, and also Joey overtaking Marius here. Wait, it's a tie between them. They have the same time. They have the same time.
Between Joey and
Marius. Wait, what?
It is actually Marius and Razorlight who are really close to one another. And they are both on 1 minute, but one is on 1 minute in
okay, never
1/10.
mind. The thing didn't update. I thought that's the one. Ah, okay, now we have it. Okay, never mind. It didn't update for me on the left side. It was saying 110.30. But hey, Berserker and Joey with a great job. So who's still driving here? We have Marcelella still driving it. I think that's the only player. So we have actually found the good ones. But Berserker is also a United player. So he is able to do very well. And
so, like, just looking at the top 10, damn, like, there are a lot of people not, like, being used to being the top 10. And looking at where is Patros, Patros is on 35. So third time that he had a bad qualifying. Race 2, race 3 and race 4 were not good qualifiers for Patros.
Those things can, of course, happen, but Joey with the second place here. Berserker, a very good coast player, one of the best coast players out there, on first place. So Spam not knowing him, but that is fine, of course. And Berserker takes that win here, 1 second ahead of Joey. Then 1.5 is Marius behind Razorlight, also doing a great job. Then Fegli, Muda, Massa, Wosa, Lars, and Figure. And then Wall, Claudio and Shorty taking those last qualifying points. Great job.
Yeah, it's like rain qualifying is just mix everything up.
Yeah,
it's the reason why rain qualifier are so great. Even in Formula 1, like, we know that rain is such a disruptor that makes everything, makes the chance of everyone winning a race a tad bit more higher, just because of the unpredictability of how the car might behave on certain turn. So yeah, it's a good addition from the TMFL guys that we had in season 2, and I know, speaking with Boss Bravo, that they might have new additions in the future for season 4, maybe season 5.
What additions are we talking about? I mean, what other things are there?
One thing you could technically have is different compounds of tires.
True.
Whether or not they are slicks or full wet, and full wet may allow you to drive, I would not say faster, but
have more grip.
have more grip. Yeah, have more grip.
Yeah, it makes sense. Then you just like not out that early or something like that. And then you can also have like
too much.
Also like fast and slow tires for the last couple of laps. So maybe Massa could have gone for like tires that are just maybe a bit faster or something like that. Maybe like 2%.
Yeah, I still don't know how they. It's so tricky. Like, looks like the way they are able to influence the behavior of the car to simulate low tires. Fuel is not really simulated in terms of behavior of cars. It looks like they are modifying the weight and the feeling of the car. The car feeling a lot more heavier. So does a car feeling lighter provide any benefits without giving any drawbacks? So does a car feel lighter slide turns as much as a heavier car? So it's really a balance of whether or not it is possible or not to have different compounds. So, like, how do you change compounds? How do you choose compounds? It's really tricky. So it's the only like really technical choice that you have to make as a developer, and I think it's still on a really, I don't know if they even beta tested or even coded the thing. So yeah, it's just a thing for the future to have different compounds, because it is in their minds, but we just don't know how and when it's going to happen.
Exactly. I think just give this tournament a bit of time, and I think having 2 seasons per year is a very, very good thing. And yeah, I mean, we're in season 3, and this tournament had 1,000 participants, or like has 1,000 players playing each week, kind of. I mean, let's say. they're 80% playing or 70%, so 700 players. That is awesome. Great success, and good luck to the players as we are starting 45 laps. We have to check the fuel management and tire management, and we have indeed a slippery track here to start it all off with. So this will be super interesting to see, because yeah, this will mix up the field. As you said, I mean, that was also a thought that I was going into. The unpredictability on rain, it's a good thing, because everyone has a chance of taking it. Everyone has a chance, and let's focus on that top fight.
And losing it as well. And losing it as well.
As you see, Muda making that first mistake, Berserker, and then Fegli and Massa are in the lead. Berserker drifting out though, and pushing a bit too much, and Fegli now leading, so a more conservative line is a bit better maybe.
Yeah, slide out in the banking, so Massa is now leading, and we know what Massa can do when he's leading. But Josh is back on P2, followed by Razorlight and Marius.
And there's Dexter and Joey already lurking in the shadows, so I'm just gonna go with Joey and see what he can do this turn. Very important to get speed. Massa almost sliding up, but was able to save it. Josh overtaking him and getting a 105. So not sure how long the rain will last. Maybe it's a full rain race. Who knows? Who knows?
I would expect no, because we had like it is still 45% chance of rain, so I think it's going to stop at around lap 20, 25 or so, like just to have some dry running.
Yeah, I think so as well. And then we might see players falling a bit behind. So Massa right now leading. Josh has made that mistake. But still a very close fight between the players. Razorlight with a very bad line there. You'd want to avoid jumping. And with that, he lost his second position. And also Wingobear is coming closer in. Fegli is behind. Then we have Shorty getting overtaken by Berserker. And Wingobear with that mistake. But look at the speed here from Berserker and Shorty just eating Razorlight and Fegli here. My god, Razorlight and Berserker are definitely, you can see they're united players. And they're doing a great job. Massa with the fastest time with a 1 minute, but Berserker is beating it with the first sub 1 minute time of 59.69. Nice.
It's still a really impressive drive. I'm not sure I'm able to drive a 59 around the track, even in the dry. In the dry, the best time was a 56, I think, by Wosile. So we are, yeah, a 5 second off. Yeah, 5 second off the best time. So the pace is good, even in the rain.
Yeah, that is definitely good pace, but of course,
given no mistakes.
Given no mistakes, and of course, the mistake is very costly. We've seen Berserker making that mistake, dropping from P4 to P number 6, even P3 he was. So Marius capitalizing from that, and Massa also making a small mistake. Marius and Joey overtaking them, so 2 of my 3 bets are actually in the top 3. Of course, it is Danik B who was a bit of a bold bet, but Joey is doing a great job here of holding strong. Patrose, however, with a very fast lap here, but where is he though?
Never count the champion. Never count the champion out.
He's so far behind. Also, Scrappy, 23. Then Speedsuff, Danik B, 26th position right now. Dorian Raid on 31st. So we have a lot of players who are actually falling behind already 20 seconds. So they're really severely struggling with the rain here. But let's focus on the top field again. As I'm just gonna follow. Wait, who can we follow? Who should we start?
It's just talking about top field in terms of standings. Amaterasu on 11, running a P41 here, a P42 even. So definitely doesn't really like the rain. And is fighting for P41, but sliding every turn.
This guy is
That's
awake.
Unfortunate for the driver.
This guy is awake for 24 hours, and now he has to play a rain race.
Yeah, yeah, that's mental.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Poor
you better
Amaterasu.
sleep. Yeah, you should have slept.
Yeah, so he's probably getting lapped very soon. But of course, if he doesn't like rain, he's not doing that well. So Amaterasu behind as Marius overtakes Joey here, who's falling way far behind here. Look at that. Joey down to P number 4. So the Rainmeister, Marius, on that first position. Wingo Bear is behind, also with a great race, but also making that mistake. So Massa on P2. And I think, Atypick, if it stops the rain, I think a player like Massa can take it.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at the track, Massa has been strong race 1. It is a track that definitely like flow. Just
wow.
Speaking about the flow about the track, it is a map that can suit Massa's styles, and does show up because he put out the fastest lap on a 58.
Yeah, very good time. 58.86. That is 0.5 ahead of Marius. And Massa shows us that he's capable of learning things. But also Spam is on P8. Factly on 9th. Shorty. Then we have Wosat on 11th. Okay. So this will really change the scoreboard and could actually be the chance for Massa to maybe go into the lead.
Yeah, we would need to see, like, I think there is 23 points of difference between Massa and Wosat currently, between P1 and P2 in the championship. So yeah, a 23 points difference is definitely doable for Massa.
As we have a huge gap here. I'm not sure what happened, but I think Massa has made a mistake, but so did Marius. But Marius is 6 seconds ahead. 6 seconds ahead of Massa here. That is a huge lead. Make it 4.5 now. So they're pushing all a bit. And also Razorlight overtaking Joey, Buddha, Fegli. Like, positions are changing like crazy here. It's very hard to really focus on that. But I'm just going to go with Berserker, who is maybe doing a comeback, but of course playing a bit more risky. And
Spam has fallen down the order. Yosh back on P8, P7, fighting with Berserker. Spam, yeah, is 3 tenths behind.
Yeah, but still doing good. I mean, this turn here really important because you don't want to slide and you want to approach very far outside. But great fight between the players here. And Shorty falling behind. Oh wait, no, he has overtaken Spam. I have not seen him there. Maybe he just went for an inside line. Factly with a mistake. So Spam and Shorty are overtaking him. And then there is, yeah, it's pretty close between them and the top 5. And then there is a bit of a gap between them and a Razorlight. And then also Massa and Berserker with a 58.12. What a time, man. What a time. 58.12. So very, very good race thus far, but he has made a lot of mistakes as he goes so close into the wall. Look at those lines from Berserker. That is a great display of skill, but he even lost time with that line. Damn.
Amaterasu, yeah. Tired, yeah. Probably tired. Just like your chat said, like 24 hours are up, probably going to DNF. I think it's just it. That's unfortunate, but to lose Amaterasu, good driver fighting for the championships in P11. But yeah, the guy, you need to feel for the guy. Being awake for 24 hours is so long. Playing for 24 hours is sometimes even longer. So yeah, I feel for him, and he just definitely needs a good night of sleep.
Yeah, he would probably sleep like 12 hours or something. I could not.
Yeah.
I think I could not sleep for 24 hours actually.
As we are fakey. Not liking the rain, I think. F this. Tap out.
Wow.
And leave the server. Like, it is sometimes player either love or hate the rain. You don't have like players that have mixed feeling about him, about the race. They are just like, okay, players can understand it's a nice tricky addition to Trackmania Formula League that changed the format, that make Trackmania Formula League what it is right now, being a kind of popular, I would say a popular competition. But some players like just don't want to bother learning a new behavior of the car, which I can understand as well. You are dedicating an hour and a half of your Sunday to a competition, so yeah, I can understand like I'm not having any pleasure tap out, and which I think it's in the end of the day having pleasure even in Trackmania Formula League, which is a without any cash prize or pressure or whatever, nothing to really win. You need in the end to have pleasure driving around the tracks.
I think so as well, and it's just fair that they are leaving. So yeah, I mean, it's just the thing that is really hard is like how much can you push it. Players that are playing United, they know it, but players who are, as you said, not knowing that behavior, it's hard for them to just see, okay, they don't have the feeling for that, you know, and that is a really hard part. And I think that this is a really cruel thing, as Marius is about to overtake Moppel here.
Moppel, yeah.
Also having a really hard time, but Marius is 5 seconds ahead of Joey. Then Massa on 3rd place, but also Spam with a great job. Overtakes Massa here. Okay. Overtakes Massa, so Spam with a great race. Spam with a very good race right now on that 3rd position. Very cool to see that he is ahead. Racerlight on P5, then Patrose, then we have Berserker, Wosile, Muda, Shorty, then Fegley on that 11th place. A bit of a mistake. Scrappy is also not too far behind, as well as Wingo Bear. Then Klojal, Josh, Dartbringer, Shadenis, and then Totti and Sefi Chris on that 20th position.
Yeah, it's Dexter on 24th. Dexter looks to be really struggling. As we are going to have our first line of pit stop already lap 11, so and most of the driver are nearly dry in the tank. Dexter is sitting at 14 liters, Marius is at 13, so yeah, it's probably everyone in the pit except maybe for Shorty, who I don't know, has like kind of likes to go for another round. But he might be really close. I don't know the fuel consumption around the track. I haven't watched nor calculated. But yeah, I guess Shorty could go for another go around the track.
Nah, I'm not sure about that though.
Looks like Marius is going to pit on end of lap 13. So yeah, I would be surprised. Joey, Racerlight, Spam, Massa as well, Patrose as well, Bisaker, and that's pretty much it for the top 10 driver.
Okay,
everyone in the pit.
I cannot click the cameras though, unfortunately.
Really?
It is not working. But yeah, Marius is going for one more lap. As I'm just gonna go into the follow all camera here, you can see the big chunk of players there in the pit stop. Into the left there. You can see everyone is pitting there. And Dexter is getting a speeding penalty. That is the first one. That's what I was talking about. Dexter with a penalty. And yeah, Marius 4 liters left in the tank. Will he make it? But I think so that he will do so. It's a good decision though, because then afterwards maybe players are not going for as Marius goes super safe here. I'm sorry. Players will not just squeeze out that extra round. So Marius will be in the pit now. Was taking it very safe to not get a speeding penalty. And then we also have Muda in the pit, as well as Shorty.
And Shorty in the pit.
Muda getting a speeding penalty here. Muda with a penalty, getting penalized.
So many people.
Nico.
So many people with penalties.
Ah, no. That really sucks.
Yep.
So that's why Marius just went safe. That is a very smart decision. Goes for the 100%. And yeah, Joey overtaking him with a better pit stop by the looks of it. Marius went rather safe. And Joey with that is leading the race. Racerlane also closing a bit in here, 3 seconds. Then Massa on that 4th place. Spam on P5. Patrose, Wosile, Berserker. And then we have Shorty on that 9th place. And then there's a huge gap of the players who have pitted and will just join onto the track now again. So there we go. Those are the standings. So nothing has changed here, just one pit earlier or later. So yeah, it is what it is. But I think the next pit stop will be with dry wheels, I think.
What do you mean? With dry wheels? Oh, the next wave could be, yeah. I guess if it stopped raining at lap 20-25, yeah, we could have dry wheels for the next pit stop. But I don't know how long the race could long. But looks like, I don't know. Is it me, or looks like the map is more vibrant in terms of color, less gray. So we could have the rain go out like in, I don't know, between this lap and lap 25.
I think so as well, though. I mean, this sounds like, as you were saying that, I was actually thinking about that as well. And how does the penalty work? Do you have to wait 10 seconds before you get any fuel? Yes, that's how it works. That is how it works. So has Joey made a mistake, or what has happened?
Yeah, tiny mistake into the wall. So now the gap is only 3 seconds. It was a 6 seconds, 5 second gap between Joey and Marius. But yeah, there is definitely a lot less rain.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing the rain anymore.
Same. It's just simmering down. But it also took like 1 lap to let it dry off again, and then it's really affecting. So we had that. It was
fine. It gets clear. The track should dry out quickly.
Drying up. Yep.
There we go. We are drying up. So adapt your driving style. The slippery track is gone. So we had a qualification, but the rain can of course return as Joey starts to drift again, even though it's not ending, but Joey's leading the race. But now, of course, I want to focus on the players who are behind. We have Patrose, Massa and Spam, and now the track is dry again. So now we could have the players who can catch up. Joey and Marius are like Monka Wing right now. Oh no, Massa, Spam and Patrose are behind me. Oh man.
Yeah. They both are in panic control and try to be as fast as possible. Joey and Marius are fast driver, but are they as fast as Massa, Spam, Patros?
Yeah, are they? I mean, Marius, of course, but already Massa is eating Marius here. Like, my god, Marius falling down to P4.
Take some time, Massa, before destroying your opponents.
Yeah. So it is Marius down to that 4th position. Yeah, still a good performance, but also Patrose is coming closer. So does Marius actually know that this is not a rainy race anymore? I'm not sure about that, because he's just taking the normal lines again, and with that losing out on a lot of time. And I think it will be.
Oh, he's drifting. So, but he already lose out P4 to Patrose.
Yeah, and there we have Dexter.
And Dexter. No rain, okay, I'm gonna take the fastest lap.
But I think
that's Dexter's way to go.
I think there's someone else who takes that now. And that is either Massa or Spam. It is Spam probably taking it now, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
No? Patrose it is. Okay. There we go. So Spam, Patrose and Massa are in the mix, but Massa has made a small mistake. So he lost 2 seconds. Joey is still leading. Great race. Wolfsal also with the fastest lap now, so a lot of things are happening. But yeah, Marius really saving it here and not clearing the turns as good as the quote-unquote pro players. But now Marius is drifting here. But still Massa, look at this line, beautifully executed. And Massa up to P4 again, claiming that position. Joey is still leading the race and is doing a great job. So maybe Joey takes it here. I don't know. I mean, it's still too early to call, especially now with different techniques coming in. It will be an interesting race.
And now looks like the track might be a tire kind of track, because in the rain you don't use the tire that much. You tend to use a lot more fuel compared to the tires, and we've seen people pitting for the fuel instead for the tires. Now that everyone is sliding around, we might have a different kind of strategy going around, because people are chewing up those tires.
Exactly, they're chewing up those tires, and that is a good thing. So now they have to think, okay, I pitted there, and now I'm pitting again. How much did the tire consumption take place? You know, you have to really think. And Massa is making a lot of mistakes. He's not really acclimatized, or he has not really acclimatized to that track too much. And Marius will overtake him again. So good performance And then Marius is on 4th place, Patrosa on 3rd, Spam on 2nd, and then Joey still leading 5 seconds. So maybe Spam can win this race, or maybe Patrosa, who is closing in and doing a great job here, but it's nothing set in stone thus far. Of course, the pits will be, I think, the decider even here, Atypick.
Yeah, beautiful overtake of Wosile onto Bisaker. I want to stay on Wosile because we know how much of a fast driver he is in the dry. Already took 2 seconds out of Joey, out of the gap between that he had on Joey. He was on a 15-second gap, and now he's on a 13-second gap to Joey. So yeah, I just want to follow Wosile because we know that he can come back. He's really far on P7, but he can definitely come back at least on Racer Light, Massa, and probably Marius and Spam.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, 12 seconds. 12 seconds sounds to me like 2 hard mistakes by Joey. And 7-8 seconds, you can also make that up with a good pit stop. So I think Mosa is also here a contender for the victory, as he is driving outstandingly well here. Look at the risky lines by Rosal, pixel perfect drifting, and this could be another fast lap. Yes. And there we go, a 56.81.
He's already on Racer Light.
Wicked. Yeah, Joey made that mistake, or maybe he didn't, but Rosal is just catching up here. My God. But great race thus far. It's pretty close, even though we had the rain. But I think the gaps are just shrinking because of the rain, because maybe the united Andes, let's say like that, who maybe not that good on tech, have just gone away. And also Wolseley with an interesting line, jumping into the slide.
Use less tires. Use less tires. You initiate a slide nearly 100% of the time. So yeah, it's a smart strategy from Wosile.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart strategy.
6 seconds he has 8 up from Joey and now Patro's gap.
Okay, Massa, Spam, and
Wosile is
sitting.
flying.
Wosile is flying. Marius still going for a lap. Patrosa also going for a lap. Okay, interesting. Lap 22. Let us take a look onto the pit graph here. I mean, it's not saying too much, but we see here the players 9 laps for Joey, Spam, and Massa. And then we have Marius probably going for the pit afterwards. And Patrosa also lap 12. So it is only 3 players thus far who went for a pit stop. I will take a look onto that later again. Let me actually move that down here. And then we can take a look as Dorian Raid gets a penalty. But this race is really, really interesting. It's a really interesting race to see who will actually take that one. Muda up to that 7th position temporarily, but of course he has to pit. But maybe he will squeeze out one more lap on this one, as Patrosa might go for the pit stop. Okay, he will not.
So does Wosile. Oh, Wosile does.
Patrosa didn't.
Very safe. I think he still has plenty if he trusts the tires, which I think he had like 15 laps to trust the tires to grip on the track. It could be a good strategy to go like for another go. You know that in terms of fuel you're safe. It's around 8 to 9%, 9 liters per lap. So yeah, except like being forced to decelerate to initiate a slide or counteract a slide, shouldn't really lose too much time. He's only 1 second behind his best time, and he's already at the last checkpoint.
And I think you have to slide on this track a lot anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. As he goes really very, very fast into the pit here. Yeah. My God, that was very fast pitting from Patrosa. Going a bit slower there, just 120, so you don't want to exceed the 150. Or was it 150 or 130? 150, right? 130.
It is 130.
Oh, 130,
it is 130.
Yeah, 130. You don't want to exceed that. So also Shorty pitting here, as well as Marius. No, wait, Marius is going for another lap. The Madman is going for another lap. Marius 89, maybe now going for the more coastlines, yeah, where he's just going for those nose slides. So maybe that is helping him. But hey, no, he's not doing that. So lap 24 pit for Marius. Let's take a look into the pit graph here. 11 laps. What does it tell us?
So looks like going around for another lap on low tires, low fuel. Wasn't the optimum strategy. Mudder, who has yet to pit, and Marius are still leading because they have yet to pit for a second time. But out of the car that stayed on the track, they didn't retain their position. Patros is now down to 6, will be promoted to 4th when Marius and Mudder will pit. But Massa and Spam should be our leading cars, and Joey as well is our leading car, but not by much.
Yeah, Joey's still ahead, and Marius lost a lot with that, but maybe Marius will go for one last pit stop. Yeah, maybe the others have to go for a quick stint on maybe lap 38, 39-ish, and Marius is just going for like 2 or like 1 more pit stop after that he goes for 35 and then just goes and into the finish. This could be the case, but yeah, Marius lost a lot with that. By the looks of it, Marius now down to P number 9, 17 seconds behind Spam and Massa, close by to Joey, who's still holding strong and overlaps Chris and also Simply Nick here. And then Patrose, Wosal is still with a great race here. Very, very nice catch up. He was 12 seconds behind, as you were stating out that he is one of the fastest or even the fastest player here in the pack. And now he's only 7 seconds behind. So Wosal with a great performance.
Yes, plus he has his teammate Bisaker right behind him, so there will be good points for the team. It's a 2-man team, the Shape of Void. But oh my god, yet again Wosal. I think he has the 3 best time on the track, and he's the only driver. Is he the only driver? Yes, he's the only driver breaking below the 37s.
Yeah, he is a great player. So the only player who has really the pace here to take it all. You can see those risky lines here by Wosal, and he's even 1/26th away, but he's again catching up to Joey. Yeah. 6.1 seconds, it was 7 seconds before, so Wosal is coming dangerously closer towards him. Massa, however, has made a small mistake again, but Joey, very, very good performance. I hope that he can hold this composure and just do it. Let's see the time here by Joey. What time is he doing? He's doing a 57.7, not a bad time. But,
yeah, there's currently ranks 16th fastest on around the track. He's running a good average, a 59. We know that the average is a bit screwed up with the rain.
Of course.
It's still a good average nonetheless.
Agreed, and also because of the pit stops that you have, or are they actually called?
I don't think the pit stop is the first lap, the in lap and the out lap are not counted in the average.
Okay. I see.
Maybe might be wrong, but I think it is what Boss Bravo said like last year for the average.
Okay. But yeah, Wosal coming closer, and we have a new leader in the race. It is Spam overtaking Joey here. Spam with a great line, and we could see the fourth different winner here with Spam who's leading the race. So great job.
Oh, Joey, who could be a nice. Oh my God, Wosal, you need to stop at some point.
He is he's 4 seconds behind. But Spam with a mistake, and Spam is falling behind. So a small mistake, and those things are of course very costly. That half a second or 27 that Spam just lost here is really pushing him down, and Joey again in the lead. So lap 28. Then Massa on
Massa
third
is locking around. Yes, he's locking around 2 seconds behind Joey.
And Wosal is catching up. He is catching up though. He is 3.5 seconds behind, 3.3 seconds behind Joey, and we might see a great finish on this race. But Wosal is not slowing down, and he's not making a single mistake in this one. That is great to see. We will see the next set of pit stops very soon, as there are 27% of tires left for Joey, Spam, and Massa.
Yes,
And then
yes,
Wosal.
and we know that especially for Massa, that he likes to be confident with his tire. Massa with a mistake. Wosal goes for third on the checkpoint, second checkpoint of the race. Wosal is third. But yeah, speaking about the tires of Massa, not in great shape. 24% will start to be in the red, and we know that Massa doesn't like to be in the red with his tires. He wants to always attack, be greedy with the lines, and be as aggressive as possible. Wosile, probably a mistake as well, goes very high into the banking, but doesn't touch the wall. The wall. Oh my god, spam. Probably low, yeah. Below the 20% of tires, so you start to slide around every time.
So Joey, of course, going for a pit here, obviously. Massa with a wicked overtake on the pit lane. A pitting overtake for Massa, you've seen it. That was so fast. That was so fast for Massa, and now the top 3 is standing in the pit. But I think we have a change of that, because now Wosel is at Berserker with a speeding penalty, and of course a
That's
P6.
unfortunate.
That is super unfortunate. So with that, Shorty and also Marius are coming a bit closer. But yeah, Marius really going for that strategy, for that one last pit stop. I hope that this will work out. But we see Spam and Massa hand in hand going together into the next lap. They are tied. And of course, Wosel is leading. Patrose is behind. So both of them are not doing particularly bad. And Patrose has a bit more fuel in the tank. Also, Figgy here with a penalty. Scrappy also doing a great job on that 3rd place right now. Of course, they still have to pit. And Scrappy will probably do it in this round. Shorty with a unique strategy again, as well as Marius. So let's take a look. Did Shorty and Marius take the same pit stop? Shorty and Marius. Yes, they did. No, Marius did 1 lap later than Shorty. So that's why he has a bit more tires and fuel left in the tank. But it seems that Marius might also be up for something, because the players still have to pit like twice more, right?
One player that might be up for something is Petros. It looks good for now. He's probably scheduled to pit in 1 or I would say 2 or 3 laps, maybe 4. I would say 4 maybe. And then probably will try to go for a long run, maybe 10 to 11 laps, which should give us all the way to lap 45, and it could be the end for Patros, probably leading at that point, if everything goes according to plan for him.
Of course, it has to go according for plan, but also Marius here, he can also
double penalty for Seb.
That sucks.
Yeah, and Driftneko.
Oh my god.
That's 20 seconds being immobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really feels bad.
That's half a lap. Nearly half a lap.
Yeah, 1/3. Let's say 1/3.
Yeah, 1/3. Yeah, 1/3.
I think that is better. But also Marius can make something happen here. I mean, he's going for his safe racing lines, loses a bit of speed, but of course his tires and fuel are looking very nice. He needs to go to lap 35 to 36 in order to make it. And right now it's looking good. 34 liters and 36% of tires. So I think that he will make it into lap 35 or 34-ish, and then maybe coast into the ending. I don't know, but he really needs to use all of his resources, as Wosel is leading, Massa is behind right now, and then there is Spam, of course, because the others still have to pit, and we will find out at the last pit stop how it is looking for the players.
So one very fast driver that we didn't really see too much in the top 10 this race is Dexter. He's having a nightmare of a race, currently P20, fighting with Chardonnay and Fegier on the racetrack. Chardonnay is already being overtook. Fegier should come in anytime soon, but yeah, Dexter has been lapped by the leading car. He's 1 lap behind the likes of Patros, Wosile and Marius.
Yeah, not a good race for Dexter indeed. Too bad seeing that. Also, Danik B was one of my favorites on 22, but still a great performance, of course. 22nd position, but not what we were expecting. So yeah, good pointing it out. Also, Lars is behind. Let's take a look onto the other players. Then Speedsev 23rd. We have Moppel, Totti, Marcelella, Roll, Sineon, Belul, Eddie, Koda. Then there's Suk. Then we have Jasak, TV, Dorian Raid, then Empathy, Seb, then there's Golden Nuggets, and last but not least, Neko. Then we have Razorlight, Fakey, and Amaterasu. Wow. being out. So Massa with the fastest lap. Is that a sign here? Yeah, because he's attacking Rosal. He's still 1 second behind. I think this will be a very, very exciting finish. Also with all the others seeing them, as Shorty is, yeah, as per usual, yeah, not having any fuel left.
So, small intel. Patros is going to pit this lap. So that will give us a pit every 11 lap for Patros. Guess what lap we are going to be in 11 lap.
In the last lap.
46. It will be the last lap, the very, very, very last lap. So Patros, is everything goes according to plan, so those for Shorty Myers could go for very strong results.
Yeah.
Because it could be their very last pit stop.
Yeah, as Shorty was coasting again, as per usual. And Marius goes for one more lap because you remember when I was saying in this rainy race, in the rainy section, you see it here. Marius went for one later pit stop as all the others. He went for the 13th pit stop in lap 13, yeah? And that's what probably is now important because Marius just was using all of the resources, all of the tires, and now he is squeezing out one more lap and maybe is more on the safe end at the end. So 5 meters left and Marius will pit now. So Rosal and Massa are ahead, but they have to pit twice. And
plus the track is not a really technical track. Like being low tires, it's not like the turns are hard. There is one tricky section, the hard section into the backing turn. But other than that, it's quite a flowy map and a long turn, so it's not really risky to be that low on tires.
It is definitely not that risky. I agree with that. But that was very close for Marius here of almost dying. But there you can see it here. Every player has pit. And you can see Massa, Spam, Joey, Rosal, they have pit in lap 29, 30, as well as all the others. And they will have to pit one more time. And this will already be the last stint for the other players. So this will be very, very intense.
Yeah, but one thing that we need... one thing that we need to take into consideration is also that for Rosal and Massa and all the early stoppers is that their last pit stop is going to be quick, really quick. They are mostly pitting for the tires and a little bit for the fuel. They will need to go for 5 laps around the track. So yeah, it's going to be quite a fast pit stop. But we know that going for the entry of the pit lane plus to the pit box is a 40 seconds. So you are going to spend at least 20 seconds because the tires change in about 5 seconds. So you are going to spend at least, if you're pitting for the tires, 20 seconds in the pit stop.
Yeah, at least 20 seconds, and then of course you don't have any fuel, or like not a lot of fuel in the tank, so they have to stay. But of course, there will be some sort of fuel in the tank. And now Massa and Spam will go for the pit stop. Will they get a penalty? Spam is also through. Massa had a really good pit entry all of the time. And he will also come closer. Spam a bit safer. Rosal still going for another lap. 22%. I would have actually gone for that pit now. But of course now 6 laps. 8 laps for them. With, fresh tires. How much fuel are they going for? Massa is exiting now. 76 liters. Is Spam also going for that? I think they're in voice right now. And Spam is going for 77 here. So good decision. Good decision here. And then Rosal is still leading. Fagley will probably pit now. Yes, he is. Rosal in first. Patrosa on second. Scrappy, Massa, and Shorty are behind. But of course they have done the pit. And that is all she wrote. So there we can see it. Marius is not ahead.
Could it be a master plan from Patros?
I think so.
Could it be yet again a master plan from Patros?
I think so again.
Looks to be like a victory for Patros. Like, given no mistakes, looks to be a victory. Rosal is in the pit. Patros goes past him. while he's still pitting, he's putting a lot of fuel. Yes, 76 liters of fuel. He's going to end up second. Wow, the gap was massive.
So
Scrappy's in the pit.
So the thing is, Patrose did the mixture of what Massa and Spam are doing and the mixture of what Shorty and Marius are doing right now.
Yep.
And this just works out the best. You can see it in the pit graph. Patrose again just cheating the system.
12, 11, 11. 12, 11, 11 for Patrose, where all the guys decided to the first stint in the rain. Yeah, pretty much everyone was 12 to 13th. Then they had a long first stint in the dry, which was a 10 and 9 for Wosile and Massa. Then they decided to go for an 8 lap kind of stint, which is really, really short. And same, and 8 as well for the last stint.
Or it just seems that he did it better than Marius and also Shorty.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. So the mixture is here between Patrose took the driving strat from Massa and Spam, and took the pitting strategy from Marius and Shorty. I think that describes it really well. So Patrose right now on his way to win. But of course 50% of tires left, and Wolsak can push it a bit more. So everything can happen in those last 5 laps. Of course he can still coast or do anything like that. 47 liters in the tank. And Dexter, yeah, well, setting the fastest lap. He is only 7 thousandths ahead, but still he might get those points here for the fastest lap. There you can also gain how many
He's
points?
2 seconds away. Yeah. For fastest lap, yes, it is 10 points.
Yeah.
It is still crucial, I think, for Dexter to win that many points. He didn't had a good qualifying, a good race. He's fighting with Fegley and Clojo as well. Probably Wingo Bear. If Wingo Bear were to make a mistake, they are 3 seconds and 2 seconds away. But Dexter on P15. It's not the place that we are used to seeing him on the track.
Yes, Nico getting a lot of penalties here, as I think that actually I'm a bit concerned about Patrose now, because he still has to go for. He's now on lap number
3 laps.
42.
Yeah.
4 laps, so he's at 36 liters, and he's gonna go into the red zone very early. When it comes to tires.
It's going to be down to the really down to the wires for Patrose, but it should be okay. The gap is 9 seconds, and he doesn't need to pit. He doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to be safe, and I don't think that Wosile can eat up 9 seconds in 4 laps.
I think he can actually, because Patrose will probably make some sort of conservative lines. And maybe even a mistake. So of course it is possible, but of course not without a mistake from Patrose here. So he is still leading, and now going into the third last lap. He's 29. He has 29 liters in the tank and 31% of fuel, tires. I mean. So now gonna go into the red zone, and Wosal is at 47% of tires. So he will end up with 30% at the end. And Massa, yeah, well. What can I say? It's Massa at the end of the day.
Yeah, Massa time. That's also the strategy that Massa and the others, which were doing quick stints, is that they are able really late in the race to fight for fastest lap. They are in the proper condition right now. A 44% tires, 25% fuel is near optimum for Massa. He knows the track well now. He knows the trajectory in the dry. His tires are not really affecting the behavior of the car. So yeah, it is a good strategy. Patrose can't fight for the fastest lap and the perfect weekend. At least if he had a good qualifier. But he can't fight for the fastest lap.
they're still getting those points. But now actually Massa also goes into the danger zone. The 27% tires. We have 21% for Patrose. And then Vosal is just speeding a bit more through here and overtakes Massa, but it's nowhere close, or like it's not decided here. Both of them can still make a mistake, but Massa is slowing down, and also Patrose only 7 more seconds ahead, goes for very conservative lines here, and you can see it. Vosal is closing in. They are almost in the same corner, so it can actually be a very close finish going into that last lap. It's only 6 seconds, 6.5, 5.9 seconds. So Patrose is taking it very conservatively here, and I might be a bit concerned.
I think you were right. Like, it was 5 to 8 second gap between Patrose and Vosal. Now it's down to 5. 1 lap remaining. We're on the very last lap. 11 liters should be good. It should be okay. We know that a stint is a lap is around 8 to 9 liters. So liter-wise, Patrose is good. Might be need to lift up a bit. But he's going to lift up a bit the accelerator because his tire doesn't really allow him to have the proper trajectory around the track, like the best one. So in order to be safe here, you need to lift up. In the banking, he's lifting up so much in order to avoid drifting, losing the rear, and going onto the wall. But yeah, it's such a good strategy, such a master plan from Patrose. I don't know if he has an engineer. Because now driver can have engineers, but they came up with such a brilliant strategy, and Patrose will win race number 4 here, which was a race in the rain at the beginning.
Yeah, wow, I mean that was pretty close, but very, very well calculated at the end. Patrose wins the second race. Great job, he had the master plan, the plan that Marius and Shorty also had. But hey, it wasn't enough. Vosal takes second place.
Shorty. Look at Shorty. Shorty's liters.
Where's Shorty again?
1 liter. 1 liter for Shorty.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
My god. It's the typical Shorty. But hey, what a cool race though. Patrose takes first, Vosal, and then Massa. So the top 3, or the best players here, also taking the top 3. Spam with a very good 4th position, Scrappy on 5th, Shorty on P6, then Marius, Joey, Muda, and Claudio on P10. Great to see that, as well as Wingoby on 11th position, but still a good performance here for Marius and Shorty, as well as for Spam. Very cool to see that we have some sort of new faces. Joey falling down to P8, not having the best pit stop strategy, but Shorty and Scrappy, are ahead of them. Ahead of Marius and Joey. My god, what a race. Interesting race.
Yeah, brilliant race from the driver. Joey and Marius, up to the point that it was raining, were looking like really good contendant for the win. So could be promising for the other race that we assume is going to be a 100% race in the rain. Joey was P2 in the 100% rain last season. Could come back for a victory this time, which would be a deserved victory in the end. But yeah, Marius was a good surprise, very good result for Marius. And the one shadow in the rankings, Dexter on 14. Probably is going to lose the 3rd place in the rankings to Patrose. Patrose might come back to P3. Vosal should retain the lead, and Massa should retain the P2 as well. Plus with the fastest lap and the qualifying, we should have our podium, which would be Vosal, Massa, Patrose for the driver standings. But in terms of team standings, that's bullish, still with a good amount of points.
Yeah, a very good race for them. Also, Moppel actually didn't finish the race. So that is
I think he tapped out. He tapped out just because he knew that Joey was in the points, so the points of Moppel was not really... He's probably not fighting for the driver championship. So probably... he knew that his points were pointless for the team championship. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't want to go too far in theory crafting or whatever, but yeah, it feels like he could have finished the race, and that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, happens.
Yeah, it is what it is, and very cool race though, very versatile race. A lot of changes also from qualifying into the rainy race start. It was a very mixed race, I have to say that. Liking that, and I think that next week we probably, I mean, we don't know, but I think we don't have a rainy race then. And
let me see the weather forecast. Next week I'm not going to be here. I don't know if I told you this. So I'm not going to be here casting, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I'll be back on race number 6.
Okay, that is cool. But yeah, glad you guys enjoyed the cast. Was a really good one.
Next week is a 0% rain.
0% rain. Very nice. So no rain perception next week.
Yep.
Okay, so
Starting at 4 p.m. Starting at 4 p.m. this time.
so dev time again. Normal time again.
Yes, normal time.
Okay, so thank you Atypick for joining. I have 2 more casts today, so again a very busy Sunday. Thank you so
As
much.
usual for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye, man.
Bye bye.